Hello and kind of good movie reviews. Today we're doing our normal Wednesday reviews. Apologize for um, the little late upload, but nevertheless, uh, as always, sorry for the fan in the background. It's a little warm today, so uh, since it is review day, I will go ahead and say if you haven't seen these movies, watch them and come back to this. If you enjoyed, leave a like, sub. Always let me know if there's any certain movie you want me to review. Um, or any ideas really you want me to do. I'm up to it, but every Wednesday is movie, so if you review something today, expect it next Wednesday. So, without any further ado, let's get started with the first one today, which is Office Space. Pretty good movie, I must say. Um, it's a just another kind of comedy. It's nothing special. Yeah, just I feel like the Jennifer Aniston was underused in this for such a big actress at the time with Friends and everything, but really, really good, funny movie. I must say, if you're looking for like a comedy to watch, this is it. I think it's a really good comedy for what it is. So, yeah, that's all I can really say. It's just a good comedy. I laughed through it. It had a lot of good jokes, and it wasn't boring. Some comedies can't keep up the comedy long enough, or some try too hard and ruin it. So, I think this was a really good, just continuous comedy. I gave it a 7 out of 10, and I think for a comedy, it is amazing. I think I could give it an 8 out of 10, and I don't really know why I gave it a 7, but I think now it deserves an 8 because it was a pretty kind of funny movie. So, with that being said, I do recommend watching this one. Worth the watch. Next one is a horror movie. And I say horror very lightly because this is Stitches. I will say that very lightly because it is not as much scary as as you would think a horror movie would be. It's just more very a lot of gore in it. So if you kind of want a gory comedy, this is it. It was very funny. The jokes were funny. I think Ross Noble did amazing in it, and especially as Stitches, I think it was amazing, and I loved it. I would recommend this to everybody that wants to watch a kind of a gory comedy, is what I should say. It's a good movie. If you're looking for a comedy, this would be one if you don't mind too much, a little bit of gore with it. I didn't say what I gave it, and I also didn't say what happens in it. I apologize. I forget to do that every time. I gave it 8 out of 10. We'll go back to Office Space. I do this every week, so I guess this is now a tradition. Office Space, basically, you're following this one guy, and he gets hypnotized, and he basically just works at an office and eventually steals from the office, and it's not really a storyline, more just a kind of a comedy, so the story really isn't there, but yeah. And then back to Stitches. Stitches, this clown goes to this kid's birthday party, then he gets killed at the kid's birthday party, and then when the kid finally has another birthday party, like 6 years later, he comes back for his revenge to kill all the kids that were at the original birthday party that killed him. And yeah, it's kind of the whole thing. The next movie is one that I have mixed feelings about. It's Derailed. And the reason I have mixed feelings about it, well, I guess I'll go ahead and explain it, then I'll tell you what my mixed feelings are. Basically, it's a murder mystery train that turns into a derailed to sea monsters coming and attacking it. And that's all I can really say. And then in the end, the girl kind of somehow just skipped 96 years ahead in the future. So, with that being said, the first half of the movie was great. I think if they would have kept the murder train title, I think it would have been a lot better, but then it turned into this sea monster killing thing, and it kind of didn't make any sense. I feel like they took 3 different storylines and tried to make it one, and I feel like that really kind of ruined it. So, yeah. I gave it a 5 out of 10 because it wasn't bad. It just was kind of all over the place. So, yeah. I think this one is a pass for me. I think you could do without watching this one. It's not really worth it. If you're into horror, this is a horror movie, and it lacks that. So, I think this is a pass if you're on the fence of watching Derailed. So, yeah. Let me fix the camera. Sorry. Then our next one is Ice Cream Man. Now I will say something about this movie is, it is corny. I must say it is a very corny movie. But with that being said, I do think if you're a horror fan, this is one that I would recommend watching. So, if you're kind of like a horror weekend or a horror movie night, and you're just kind of wanting another kind of classic or just kind of a filler, this is it. This isn't a finale finisher great movie, but it's also not bad. I think it's good for what it is. I give it a 6 out of 10, and basically you're just following this ice cream man that drives around and kills kids in his ice cream truck, and that's kind of the story, and they eventually catch him, and the kids do, and they kill him. So yeah, I just think this is a good one. If you're into horror, this is a good one. Just kind of add to your weekend watch kind of thing. If you're looking for, like I said, just kind of a movie to watch on the weekend. If you're, we're going to watch a couple of horror movies tonight, which couple should I add? I would say this one, or I should say, a good one, another good one, this one, and then a finale. I think that would be great. So, yeah. For our next one is one that is a little older than most of the ones we had. Oop, put it upside down. It's 12 Angry Men. This movie, I'm always worried about older movies because you never know about older movies. Sometimes they don't hold up to today's standards, and they don't hold up to what today a lot of computer does for movies nowadays. And I think that this is, for just keeping this whole movie in just one room with the same basically 12 cast members, is amazing. I think that it's such a great movie for what it for how it is and how old it is. It came out in 57, and I think it's amazing, and I really recommend giving this one a watch. And I do feel like this is, if you're having a movie night, I feel like this is one you could put at the beginning or the end. I really think this is a good starter, a good middle movie, a good finisher movie. I think it's just a great movie, especially if you're into old movies or wanting to get into old movies. This is one I recommend giving a watch, because it is a beautifully made movie for just how it is, for keeping the whole movie. Basically watching 12 juror members talk about a case in one room, and all the characters, and over time they all change to the not guilty from a guilty verdict, and it's amazing, and it's really worth your watch if you have not seen it. I love this movie, and it goes in some of my favorite older movies, like pre-70s, and I feel like when movies hit that 1970, they changed, but this is, I feel like movies when they started being made to 1970 had the silent films to non-silent films, and then whatever year that is to 1970, and then 70 to, I feel like 80, and then 80 to 90, and 90 to 2000, and then 2000 to 2010, and 2010 to 2015, and then 15 and on. I feel like we're in that age. But this is really good for the pre-70s movies, and I love this movie. I can't recommend it to you enough to watch this movie, especially if you're into old movies or wanting to get into old movies. I feel like this is a good one to start with. And for our last movie today is one I just watched last night, which is The Forgotten. I didn't go into this movie with much expectation, but I must say, for the movie, it is a ride, and I must say, Julianne Moon is amazing in this, and the story is a big twist from what I thought, because I kind of read the summary of it, and I didn't expect how it ended, and I didn't know it was a thriller, and I think for it being a thriller, it was really surprising to me. So, yeah, for a movie I didn't expect too much, it was amazing. I do recommend this one. This is, I guess, in my rating system, if, let's say, as always, let's just make a rating system, 1 through 3, 1 being the starter movie, 3 being a finisher, and then 2 being the middle movie for a movie night, 3 movie night. I feel like this could go as a 1 or 2. I don't think this is a finisher movie, but I think this could be a starting movie or a middle movie, and that's how I feel. It's a great just starter movie to a movie night, and I really think this is worth a watch if you haven't seen it. So, yeah, I gave it a 7 out of 10. I forgot to tell you basically about this girl named Terry. Thinks she remembers her son, but everybody tells her she doesn't have a son. Come to find out that aliens took her son as an experiment, and in the end she gets her son back. Depends which one you watch, because there's an alternate ending where she doesn't get her son back, but I would think the original theatrical version is better than the different ending, in my opinion. So, yeah. And she finds this other guy that his daughter was friends with her son, and that's how they both kind of go on the run trying to find their children. So, yeah. Let me kind of get my other movies up, and we'll kind of do my closing statement. So, with all that being said, hope you all enjoyed today's video. Someone did ask for a Scream Factory review, so I'm gonna do that on Friday. So look if you ask for that, be looking out for it Friday. If you have any movie reviews, let me know. You'll see them next Wednesday. If you do, I will respond to you, let you know I saw it, so you don't think I'm just didn't see it. I enjoy the comments, so keep them coming. I read every comment, and I try to respond to them if I can. If I have something to say to them, anyways. Appreciate the subscribers. We're halfway to 250, which is crazy to me. I didn't think I'd even be at 17 at this point. So to be at 226, I think last time I looked was amazing. I love all the likes and appreciate it all. My Instagram and Twitter are always in the description. I always post when I upload. I try to anyways. The past few times I've forgotten to 3 or 4 hours after I uploaded to post it, but I do my best. And yeah, I guess with that being said, hope you enjoyed today's video. Please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed. It means the world. And I will see y'all on Friday. Bye.